WWE Tease The Rock versus Roman Reigns for WrestleMania. Plus, a released NXT star is making their AEW Dynamite debut, and a former ROH star makes their NXT debut. It's all in the wrestling news right now. Rock versus Roman. We've talked about this a few times, just to say the very least. Two very unconventional teases for this particular match.
Now, Tom, I want you to take me on a journey, a story. Just read out what you've written down here and just explain things to me, because I'm seeing things that shouldn't be related to The Rock versus Roman Reigns in a wrestling WWE sense, but they could get us there, and who knows if they will.
So, brand new episode of Young Rock premiered yesterday. Now, The Rock's family were at WrestleMania. There were promos for Young Rock throughout WrestleMania to encourage people to watch WrestleMania and watch Young Rock. There's a scene in this new episode, right, that features a young lad jumping onto Young Rock's back going, "Come on, Samoan drop me, Dwayne, come on, acknowledge me." And then Rock cuts in with a voiceover going, "Oh, that's my cousin Joe. He'll go on to be WWE superstar Roman Reigns." And it lists all like his accomplishments and all his championships and stuff as it points to this little boy on Dwayne's back, to which Young Rock then goes, "Hey, don't be silly. That's a match that we should be saving for a WrestleMania."
We're putting two and two together here, aren't we?
And we're getting two people. Now, that's very on the nose.
Yeah.
Very on the nose. With literally all they had to do was have The Rock's mum say, "Call your cable operator now."
It's an interesting one, because is The Rock more popular than WWE as a whole here in 2022? Are more people watching Young Rock than watching Monday Night Raw, for example?
I don't know. I think more people know of The Rock, or at least are connected to The Rock.
Yeah.
So by proxy, maybe they are watching more Young Rock. The other hint was in the show WWE Evil, which I really like.
I've not seen it yet. I've just seen that Randy Orton bit where it's like, "I got the blood into my head," and then I go, "I've got it."
That's exactly what he does as
Randy
well.
Orton.
Bang on. There's a Roman Reigns episode, and in this episode, right near the end, where they're talking about like the history of Roman Reigns and how he's set to become like the biggest star in the history of the company. But John Cena, who's the voiceover, says there is one more big mountain to climb for Roman Reigns. And then you have talking heads coming in like Pete Rosenberg, who says The Rock is the biggest star of Samoan heritage in wrestling, and that must be a shadow over Roman Reigns. They play clips of Roman Reigns in TV interviews saying, being asked like, "Oh, would you fight The Rock?" And Roman's like, "Yeah, I'd fight The Rock, but I don't think he wants to fight me," and all that. And Roman just using very selective language to talk about like how like he has all the power now, and they really in the last 60 to 280 seconds of that documentary, it is all, "Hey, Roman Reigns is good. Bet he couldn't beat The Rock, though. The Rock's brilliant." And Roman going, "Oh, well, hey, I'm strong now." So two very different, very unusual ways that WWE are setting the table for the head of the table versus the man probably what built the table.
The table is made of rock. It's an interesting one, because at the end of WrestleMania, I'm sure a lot of people were expecting The Rock to come down and confront Roman Reigns, which I guess took things down a bit. Now, this news has brought things back up again. Obviously, next year's WrestleMania is in the LA night. Yeah, let me talk to you. But yeah, that's where Rock does the Hollywood and that, isn't it?
It's a spiritual home, isn't it, I think? Is it spiritual or
not the Hollywood, the acting.
Occupational home?
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Business house.
The Rock versus Roman Reigns in Hollywood. Like, that, they've got to be going that way. It'd be foolish if they didn't.
In that stadium as well. It's massive. That's a marquee match. We saw with Stone Cold what happened. Bring them all back. Let's build no new stars.
Then I think you have The Rock beat Roman Reigns.
Oh, yeah. No. Oh, no. No.
Because, no. Okay. I say I think. Sorry, that's the truth coming up. Not our truth. Should they? No. That's a better answer. I think that title should go to someone like a Bron Breakker, IMHO, or Cody Rhodes, right? Will they? Very likely.
Yeah.
Because, what would they rather?
Headlines.
Yeah. Rock holding up the WWE title at the end of WrestleMania, that's going to get him on the cover of New York Times. Yeah. That's what they're thinking. That's where their head's at. And I get it, It's going to be one of those moments where, when it cuts through, when like everybody who's a non-wrestling fan goes, "Tom, did you hear about this?"
Yeah.
No? What's this?
Did you know The Rock still wrestles? Fast and Furious 27. He's there with the title at the end. Vin Diesel goes, "That's for my family."
Yeah, I like that episode. That's my favourite one, where they're on the moon. I'm looking forward to the conversation I'll have with my dad around WrestleMania, where it'll be like, "Hey, The Rock's coming back. Have you got that in your news?"
Yeah.
I said, "I have, Dad, thank you." Moving onwards, let's look at Dynamite tonight. We're getting a debut tonight on Dynamite. Somebody who's been cutting a path through AEW Dark lately, haven't we? Rob?
And she used to be on the NXT, the black and gold variety. She is married to Roddy Strong. Her name is Marina Shafir. 4-0 record here in 2022. Will debut against young fan favourite, as Tony Khan has put it, Sky Blue.
Oh, that'd be nice. Sky Blue's really good.
Yeah.
Marina Shafir's great. Stuff she's been doing on Dark, I've really liked. Like they have been building her as just like this monster of the women's division. They had a video air for her last week, I think, on Dynamite. I wouldn't be surprised tonight if I reckon by now somebody in AEW's Photoshop department is finding a nice, PSD of Marina Shafir to put on that wall background, that brick wall background.
Oh,
They're
yes.
choosing the font and all that stuff. They've probably got a template for it now, to be fair.
It's an interesting one as well, because Tony Khan added the TBS champion, Jade Cargill, will be watching this bout closely, which would assume that maybe an ex-challenger for Jade is going to be Marina Shafir when she flattens fan favourite Sky Blue.
Or she's just forgotten her glasses and she just has to lean in really close. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Don't be surprised if Shafir does get the old All Elite tick by the end of the day. A former SmackDown star possibly joining AEW as well. Fightful saying there's still a feeling out process between Ember Moon and AEW. There's no sense of urgency to sign her, but they're still toying with the idea of bringing her in.
If AEW are serious about their ladies division, you get a sign straight away. We've done it with the men. You get the big stars that have left the WWE, you bring them in, you have them bring your entire division up. We've got Tony Storm there. That's a very good thing. Ember Moon, Athena, get her in there as well. If you're not being serious about your division, you hum and ha about this and go, "Oh, well, we tried." It's like I empathise with this because I'm a Newcastle United fan, right? And under Mike Ashley would often go, "Oh, well, we'll bid for this footballer, but we couldn't get the contract negotiated because we offered them too little." So we didn't really try, but we're going to, for the press, just say we did sort of try, but we didn't really try. That's what this sounds like. So just get it done, for goodness sake. It's a no-brainer.
And by saying, like, "Oh, we offered too little," it almost puts the onus on them to be like, "Oh, who do you think
it was
you
the
are?"
player that turned us down, but we offered him 10 pence in a bag of nuts.
Arrogant.
Yeah.
Arrogant. A dream match on Dynamite tonight.
Oh, yes.
CM Punk versus Penta.
Oscuro.
Let me tell you the long and winding road we got to this match tonight. CM Punk put out a tweet saying, "Who wants to wrestle me tomorrow?" And Penta said, "I will." And here we are. Storytelling 101 right there. That's an interesting. I'm sure there's more nuance that I've not paid attention to. I'm sure there's more nuance.
That CM Punk tweeted in exactly the same vein as Bret Hart did back in 2012, once upon a time.
Oh, if only I'd spotted that.
That's a reference.
Honestly, I wasn't paying attention. But that'll be a fun match.
It will be a fun match.
Aside,
hopefully
CM
CM Punk kicks Alex Abrahantes in the face.
Do you reckon he will?
He ruins that, I think. Looks like a child on Halloween, for goodness sake.
I quite like
I can't take Penta seriously with Alex there going,
It's unusual, but I like it. I like it. NXT debut for former ROH champion will end on this. Roxy is officially part of the multicolored brand now. She debuted during the NXT Level Up tapings last night, now as Roxanne Perez. And she defeated Sloane Jacobs in her first match since signing last month. I think a bright future for Roxy in NXT.
Oh, definitely, considering she's about 12 years old.
Yeah, loads of time.
She's got a very bright future indeed. She's ahead of her time. In terms of her own years on this planet, she's doing more than she maybe should be doing at this age. It's a very good place to find yourself. I think she's 20 or 21 in all reality. She's not 12.
I'm more invested in NXT Level Up than I was with 205 Live near the end, I have to say. Yeah, I like the idea. I mean, the fact they even call it Level Up. Ben Potter had this brilliant theory about AEW Dark and how, like, he likes the idea This is Ben Potter from Triple Jump, by the way. Give them a follow and a subscribe and a like and a share on here.
Give them a subscribe.
Give him a subscribe. He says how like AEW Dark is kind of where the wrestlers on AEW would go to sort of grind out XP. It's like they'll go and get some wins under their belts. They can come on to Dynamite and challenge for. And I like that sort of thing there. I really do. And I like the idea of NXT making Level Up something similar. Like even the name suggests that is like you get wrestlers who aren't doing a lot on the show at the 2-hour show, so they go down there, they get some big wins, they get back on the telly. I like that. Yeah. And I like a nice little gimmick that. And good luck to Roxanne Perez grinding out XP on NXT Level Up. We'll have more news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Anything you want to plug?
Nothing.
Excellent. We'll speak to you when we speak to you. Stay safe. Do you want to plug anything? Just like a...
Got nothing.
Do you plug your Twitter?
Ross on Wrestling if you want it.
There it is. He says some nice things sometimes. Love you, bye.